Do you want to trim a bonsai? Too bad. All right, first things first, placemat. Second things second, bonsai tree. Ta-da! What's up? All right, everybody meet June, or Juniper. This is Juniper. This is Juniper the Juniper. June the Juniper. This is my bonsai tree. As you can see, June has grown a little bit too big for my liking. So, we're going to have to do a little bit of shaping. Are you ready? Sorry, Juniper. All right, first steps first. We got interrupted yesterday from actually getting to work with Juniper because Colin was like, Christopher, let's go to the gym. So today, we will be trimming our beautiful bonsai June, the Juniper. She is a Juniper bonsai tree. I have not had her for the last 25 years, but she is a 25-year-old Juniper. And she's thriving. She's doing very well, and she looks very pretty. But she just has gotten a little bit overgrown, so we are going to go ahead and give her a very substantial haircut. Cool part about trimming a bonsai tree is that it's all up to art. So the fun part is that no matter how this actually turns out to look, it's mostly just for the aesthetics of how you like it to look. And I think that's the coolest part about a bonsai tree. I really like plants, as you could tell by giant Christopher right there, is my huge fiddle-leaf fig. All right, so this is gonna be the fun part. This is me actually like turning and shaping June, our beautiful little juniper bonsai tree. So yeah, the hard problem is trying to decide how this is going to look aesthetically. Because trimming, number one, is an art form, which is the cool part about that. And honestly, I think is probably one of my favorite parts about that, is the fact that this is truly an art form. Now, when it comes into trimming the bonsai, I need to take off all these little tiny branches first, because these little tiny branches tend to like spur out only because the bonsai tree had excessive growth to her. So she's just been thriving outside and doing her best that she absolutely is. She just has these little tiny like little stems coming out, these little excess branches for absolutely no reason. So these large chunks that I'm taking here are only because she had an excess time to be able to grow. So normally we wouldn't have that many, but she does require a heavy trimming. So we're going to start with doing all of these little tiny branches first, and then we're going to start running into the bulk of it, like the really fine trimmings. So this little section here is a type of like cascade. I don't know how I really felt about this little branch that was coming down here. So the art form, which this is called for bonsai, is that this little branch coming down is called a cascade. So I didn't know how I felt about her because I felt like it was a little bit out of place. So at this point, I feel as if I was going to keep her in there. Ultimately, I decided that I wasn't going to end up keeping the cascade in there because I just felt as if it was a little bit out of place because it was too large of a stem and took away from the natural flow of the rest of the bonsai. So disregard. I was trying to make it look pretty as possible and make it all like nice and tight and like upkept in there. But ultimately, I just wasn't happy with it. So that's, again, the whole like fun art form-esque aspect to it where it's kind of just trial and error. And that's the cool part about a bonsai is that it's all just trial and error. Also, fun fact about Exodus, he is so needy that he just needs to be in everything and anything that I'm doing. I mean, even when I'm trimming a bonsai tree, this guy decides to just jump on in and think like he's just going to be a part of it. Man, I never would have thought that watching me at like a 40 times speed doing bonsai would be so fun. But anyways, since I'm too short here, I have to like basically keep standing up and maneuver this thing all around. But man, it has been a whole process. You see how much bulk we're actually taking off from Juniper at this point, and it was a substantial amount. All right, so onto the underside of this. You have to give it that nice crisp look by basically taking all of the underside of the canopy off. All right, first looks, here we go. Judgment-free zone, boys. This is the first looks. That's day one. I'll be able to actually trim her up. She's looking pretty good, pretty nice. What's up? All right, you ready? Check it out. Ta-da! Now we're going to give her some fertilizer and water her and put her back outside. Look at that. 10 points.